Welcome back. In this video, we'll be talking about the different types of questions that you're going to encounter in the listening test. So let's get right into it. Here are the different types of questions. So you may remember from the previous video where I talked about the fact that all the questions that you encounter in the listening test are going to be either the fill-in-the-blank question type or the multiple choice question type. And I further stated that all the questions are going to be different variations of the fill-in-the-blank or the multiple choice question type. So here I want to talk about those different variations. So in the fill-in-the-blank question type, we have all of these different variations. You may have a standard fill-in-the-blank question type, a form or a note completion question type, a table question, short answer question, sentence completion question, flowchart question, summary question, or a diagram or a map question. So these are the different variations of the fill-in-the-blank, and here are the variations of the multiple choice question type. So here we may have the standard multiple choice, the matching question, a question in which you have to pick multiple answers from a list, and the diagram or the map question. So these questions can appear as fill-in-the-blank question type or as multiple choice. So let me show you what each one of these different question types look like, just to give you a better understanding. So here we have a standard fill-in-the-blank question type. Here you just have sentences and you just have to fill in the blank. Pretty straightforward. And the way to identify this question type is it tells you here to complete the notes below, and here you have the blank lines. And of course, you've seen this question many times probably throughout your schooling. Next, we have the form completion or the note completion question type. This is pretty similar as well. And again, it tells you the same instructions here. It says complete the notes below. So you just have to basically fill out a form or an application. So here we have an application for job inquiry. So it's going to be some sort of a note, a form, or an application like this, and you just have to fill in the details. So that's the note completion question type. Like with all of these question types, with the fill-in-the-blank question types, you have to be sure to read the instructions. Always read the instructions, because the instructions will tell you how many words you can write and if whether or not you can write a number as an answer. So always pay attention to that. If you write more than 3 words in this case, for example, if 3 words is the limit and you end up writing an answer that is 4 words, then you're going to get it marked wrong. It can be less than 3, but not more. Here we have the table question type. So here we basically have a table. We have different columns. Here we have the names of the places. Here we have the interesting areas in those places. And then here we have the timing during which these places are open. So information may be organized in a table like this. And you just have to fill in the blank and complete the information. Again, pay attention to the instructions. Next up, we have the short answer question type. So here we just have short questions like so, and you just have to fill in the answer to each one of these questions. So those are short answers. Next, we have the sentence completion, where you have sentences that need to be completed. So certain parts of the sentence are going to be left blank, and you have to fill in the correct answers. Next, we have the flowchart question type. In this question, you're going to have some sort of a process in which you have to fill in the information and complete the sequence. So here we have a process of how to cook a traditional dessert. So here the process looks like this: step number 1, step number 2, then number 3, then number 4, 5, and 6, and you just have to complete the missing information in this process. Next, we have the summary question. Here, you're just going to have basically questions that are going to be presented in this sort of manner as a paragraph, and you have to complete the information in this paragraph, in this summary. Next, we have the map question. Here, you're going to have a map, and there are going to be different areas in the map, different labels and regions in the map, and the questions are going to ask you about certain areas in the map. So for example, in this case, it's asking us, question number 15 is asking us about the scarecrow. So here we have to locate where the scarecrow is, or where the cafe is in this map. So we have to locate where these are in the map. You basically just have to correspond the missing information with the map that is presented to you. As I've stated before, this map question can appear as a fill-in-the-blank question, so you may have to fill in the answers by writing them down, and when you write them down, the spelling has to always be correct. Or it may be presented as a multiple choice question type, in which you have the different answer choices that are given. For example, over here, we have the different answer choices, the different letters, and you just have to fill in those letters as the correct answer choices. Then here we have the standard multiple choice question. This is the multiple choice question that you will probably be most used to, where you have a question and you have a bunch of answer choices and you have to select the one correct answer choice. So that is the standard multiple choice question. Then we have the matching question, which is a variation of the multiple choice question. So here in the box, we have the different answer choices, and here we have the questions. And here, what we have to do is basically correspond the information in the question with the information in the answer choices. So you just have to find the correct match. Next, we have a pick from the list. So here we have a list of answer choices. So here we have several answer choices, and unlike the standard multiple choice where you only pick one correct answer choice, here you may have to pick 2 or 3 different answer choices. So in this case, we have to choose 2 correct answer choices. So when we do that, when we end up choosing 2 correct answer choices, we are going to list these answer choices as the answers to 2 separate questions. So one of the answer choices will be placed for number 5, and the other answer choice is going to be used for the other question. So the order doesn't matter. So let's say if you ended up picking 2 correct answer choices, it doesn't matter which one goes where, the order doesn't matter as long as you have the 2 correct answer choices. Next, we have the diagram question. Here we have a diagram and we have different components of the diagram mentioned over here. And basically, we have to match the missing information with the correct answer choices in the box over here. This question can also be presented as a fill-in-the-blank question type, in which you have to write down the answers instead of choosing them from a list. So that wraps up all of the different types of questions that you can expect to see on the test. In the next video, we're going to talk about what you have to do in the listening section in order to get a band 7 or higher. I'll see you there.